Hey guys, Hayden here with a quick tutorial on using fades effectively in your dance mixes and edits. Just an FYI, these tutorials are geared towards dancers to help you make your own dance mix or edit. And today we are working with fades and how to use them effectively. And today we're in Audacity, so let's just get right to it. So with Audacity open, let's go ahead and import a couple songs that we can work with. And there are two ways to do this. The first way is you can simply open up your Finder window, navigate to your song. In this case, it's in the downloads folder on my computer, and simply drag and drop into the editor, and it will pop in just like that. I'm going to go ahead and shrink that down. And the second way to do that is to simply go to File, Import Audio. That will pull up the same window. Navigate to wherever your songs are, and then just double click, or you can just click Open after selecting it, and there's our second song, just like that. So now that we have these two songs in, let's go ahead and cut these songs to taste. So let's say I just wanted to keep the intro and the first verse of song number 1, and I wanted that song to transition into the first chorus of song number 2. So we're going to try to keep roughly this much of this song, and we're going to keep the first chorus and throughout the rest of the song on the second song. So the way we cut this music is by selecting the audio that we don't want and simply hitting delete on our keyboard. That's the easiest way to do it in Audacity that I have found. Before we do that, we need to find out exactly where we're going to cut this audio. So let's go ahead and zoom in here with our zoom tool and try to find the downbeat of that chorus. That's where we're going to want to switch over. So let's go ahead and play this back. I'm going to solo song number 1 so we don't have both tracks playing at the same time. And let's listen to that and find that downbeat. Okay, so right there, that looks like that downbeat that I need. That's where my transition is going to be. So I'm going to zoom in on that just a little bit more so I can really be precise about where I'm cutting. So this is that downbeat, that strong count 1 of the chorus. I actually don't want to delete this. I want to keep some of that, and I'll explain why later. So let's just cut right after that beat, just a little bit after. This looks like the snare, boom, gah, boom, gah, or something like that. But anyway, I just need a little bit of it. So let's just take this and we'll delete the rest of this track. I'm going to zoom out so that I can see the rest of it. Once you've started making a selection here, you can actually extend that selection with this little hand tool, which you hover over the edge of your selection. I'll zoom out all the way, select the rest of that track, and hit delete on my keyboard, and just like that, it is gone. Let's do the same thing to the second one here. So it's going to be right around here. Looks like where the chorus starts. So I want this chorus to be right after this verse of song 1. So we'll zoom in there and find that downbeat. Again, I've soloed this one so that I can hear the right track. And it looks like it's right there. That's our downbeat. So let's zoom in on that. So here, obviously we don't need anything prior to that downbeat. So I'm just going to select this. Again, same process, zoom back out all the way, and then grab the rest of the intro and delete it. And now we have both of our songs cut. As you can see, Audacity did shift this track number 2 to the beginning when I cut out the beginning. That's just one of the automatic things Audacity does. So let's go ahead and move this now and line it up. So it's going to be roughly here, but we can really get precise with where this is lined up if we just click here. Oh, excuse me, with our selection tool. So we can put our cursor there, and it'll zoom in on the cursor when you hit this zoom tool. And now the reason I left that downbeat, so this is downbeat count 1 of song 1's chorus, and this is the downbeat on count 1 of song 2's chorus. And now we want this to transition right into this one. So now I can really fine tune where that downbeat is so that they match. See, and I can line up this strong downbeat peak of the waveform with this strong downbeat peak of the waveform. And now those are lined up very nicely. This works better with songs with a strong beat to it. Slower ballads are a little bit trickier, but you can still kind of use the same process and idea with transitioning ballads and slower songs as well. So let's go ahead and zoom out. We will activate both tracks, and let's listen to that and see how that cut sounds. Whoops, let's use our selection tool here. Okay, so time-wise, that worked out really nicely. That happened right on the beat. I actually do want to delete some of this now. I don't have to keep all of it. It was a little bit too much for me. Okay, so now we want to do, anytime that we cut music like this, we do want to add a fade, just a little tiny fade to the edge of each clip. And the reason we do this is because if you cut an audio file, it will basically leave a click or pop at the end of your track. And sometimes you'll hear these little snaps when you're transitioning. And we don't want that. So the quick way and easy way to do that is to add a fade. The way that we do that in Audacity is you highlight the part of the track that you want the fade to be on. Simply jump up here to Effect, and then here is this Fade Out tool. So when I click that, it'll automatically add this little fade out, and that will avoid any clips or pops. And I can do that same thing here and do, in this case, Fade In. And there we go. And I did delete a little bit of that strong beat, but that's okay because I still have this strong beat in here, so it'll sound pretty smooth. So let's zoom out again and take a listen to that. Pretty good. Okay, I love it. So the other thing we can do with fades, I just want to show you really quick, is we can add a long fade as well. So let's just say like this chorus here at the end of my mix is kind of repeating too much, and maybe this mix is just too long. It's sitting around, 2 minutes and 7 seconds, but I want it around 1:45. So I can jump in here to about 1:45 and say, okay, I want the song to end around here. So what I can do is just cut this out because I don't need this if I'm not going to use it. And then I can add a longer fade roughly right here and do the same thing. Go Effect, Fade Out. And now this is longer, and you can hear how that sounds. I'll play that back. So there you go. And you can add longer fades just like that. So that is how we effectively use fades in Audacity. So just to recap, once you've added the songs you want to edit, cut out the parts that you don't want simply by selecting those parts and hitting the delete key on your keyboard. Line up your downbeats by zooming in on them and make sure they're really precise. Always, always, always add fade ins and fade outs to every little cut you make to avoid the clicks and pops. And remember, in Audacity, the length of your selection will determine the length of the fade. So just remember that. And that is pretty much it. So hopefully this video was helpful. If so, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions about making mixes or edits for dance, you can contact me directly or just head over to dancecuts.com/contact. And just for those curious, here is Dance Cuts. This is our music editor made for dancers. Dance Cuts automatically adds fades for you when you make a cut or selection, and you can easily adjust those fades by using this little handle here, so you don't have to worry about the clicks and pops ever. This is much easier than other editors, as Dance Cuts was created for dancers. It is free, so be sure to check that out, and you can do that by heading over to dancecuts.com and navigating to the downloads page. We also have loads of tutorials to help you quickly learn Dance Cuts, with more tutorials being made regularly, so be on the lookout for those, and we will see you in the next one.